Hello everybody, and welcome back to some more Minecraft. Oh boy, it's funny. We've got a wonderful story I need to tell you. This episode should have been a live stream whenever I was back in college. It won't be for reasons. We'll talk about it. But no, yeah. It's been a little bit since I've gotten to play on this world in particular. Oh god, what have I done? Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Uh, um, oh no, that is one that you do not hit. I think it's 3? Oh, I'm not sure. Okay, we do not touch the farm. I need a sign. I need a sign. I need a sign now. Um, I bumped it, and this is one of those things you do not bump. Actually, wait a minute. Doesn't this have... Hey, it's messed up. Check the messed up. Check the vid. Wow, that's a wonderful start to the episode. Anyways, yeah. Oh boy. Welcome back everybody to some more Minecraft. Today's episode should have been something entirely different. I was going to be, starting for everybody a new series today. Yeah, no kidding. We were going to have a new Minecraft series just magically show up. I see why I didn't finish some stuff. We're missing we're missing some blocks that I would like to go get, which we can go get while I right on over to, or while I yap for a minute. No, I was going to be starting a new series today, with a new Minecraft, server that I got invited to, and I got to, be a part of for, about its 2-month lifespan. And I would have loved to show some of the videos, or the video that was there. But the thing is effectively, the series was going to be dead in the water on episode 2. And the main reason being is it's been, kinda shown to me that, something that I kinda know already way too well. I'm way too much of, or as I fail to word here for a moment. And also, I just need to get Moon back so that I can actually focus on wording while I say this stuff. No. The server was dead by, well, tonight would have been me finishing up, episode 2. The server has been kinda dead. So I decided, for the betterment of the YouTube series, not being something that's going to start and immediately end as soon as I, entertain the thought process of the server being a thing that I was a part of, that I was just going to say, nope, that series will never see the green light, unless, of course, I'm lying, in which case, we laugh at me for, lying, and you see a server video show up soon, but, in all honesty. Effectively, the point being is server lasted about 2 months, because, everybody else has the Minecraft phases. I'm one of the few people in the world who doesn't really do the Minecraft phase. Like, I'm always on the Minecraft phase where I just find things that I enjoy to do within the game, and then, just keep going and going. the server kind of ran into its end of the Minecraft phase, and just I was effectively getting on more than some of the admins and stuff like that, and everything was just kind of getting to the point of, well, everybody else is gone from the server. The cool idea that I had isn't going to happen because it's taking me 2 months to dig this hole for it. God, wow. Are we really this out of Deep Slate? This explains some stuff. Okay. Yeah, wow. Alrighty, that does explain some things. We might be doing a quick little mining intermission unless I can find some Deep Slate. Which, yeah, I don't think we have any. No, God. My intent was that basically that server series would be something that I post occasionally and just kind of update you guys on every so often, you know, do some cool stuff in it. And inevitably the end goal of that series was going to be me making a gigantic minigame. And I mean, it was, so for those who didn't, or who wouldn't know, which is technically everybody, it was going to be one of my first modded Minecraft experiences that I've ever gone through and done as much dedicated work in as I was going to. Yes, we were going to get a modded Minecraft series before I even finished, before we even reached a point of me being happy in this world and just, you know, like kind of slowing down some stuff that's going on. Yeah, no. The reason we will, or well, I mean, it's already obvious the reason why we're not going to ever see that series. It's because of, you know, like I said, whole series kind of died before it even began, basically, for me. But as part of it being a modded series, like, we had Create and stuff, and I love Create. People who have hung around during the Minecraft live streams know that I love Create, and, like, there was so many different mods and stuff, and effectively what I was going to do was I was going to make, Create plus, like, tons of modded, mobs, plus, like, a whole bunch of different other things going on, decked out. And if you haven't seen Tango Tech's Decked Out, dear God, go watch how that game is made. First off, through the millions of hours of live streams that he has for it, and then also go watch the videos of people on Hermitcraft playing it, because hell yeah, that is genuinely one of my biggest inspirations and things, and genuinely makes me super excited to be a game designer and being able to work on stuff like that with, you know, some of my friends and whatnot. And that was effectively going to be what that series was I was going to joke around, hang out with some of my friends, do some stuff, we'd play Minecraft basically, and I would make a mini game, which would, at the end of the server, be effectively the thing that I brought to the server as my major contribution, and the end of the series would be me showing runs that my friends had, slash maybe doing runs myself, with some intermittent streams of me working on the redstone for it, and just yada yada yada, occasional stuff to fill the space that would have been, you know, really fun, really cool, really great. And I know there's a few episodes where I've mentioned a new series coming to the channel, and that's effectively been the new series that I was hiding, other than one that you will be knowing about relatively soon. The problem is just I need to get a certain other series, Cough Cough Sea of Stars, done before I'm able to start that one. And that series is probably going to receive the editing prowess that I would have put into the one that will never be seen now. Because I was going to highly edit that Minecraft series into something that was very great, very fun, and very, you know, interesting, more about just a, you know, like, more than just about the chaos of everything going on. It would have really been about, like, the community that was being built there and, you know, the fun chaos that was happening while I effectively dug a giant hole and then eventually made something absolutely insane with it. I may still work on it on my personal time just because it is a really fun idea that I had, and I would love to be able to effectively convince my friends to reboot the server for like a week or like a month or two once I had it designed and just be like, lol, here, creative mode, all the items you would have used in, and just have it build itself where it was supposed to be, and that would have been fun, effectively. But you know, with the server basically dying in about like a week, and nobody having really been on there too much other than me in the last month, I effectively understand, both from the admin's perspective and everything else, that yeah, the server will never continue most likely until, you know, later on, and in which case I'm going to play it in a different way and not try and do such a big project like that again, because as much as I would love to do a big project like that, it's something that I kind of need to realize, like, I need to be able to read a group that is going to be more set up for something like that. And as much as it's sad to kind of say, like, oh, you know, like, it was a failed series for me, I don't mind. I still got to learn some really cool stuff. I got to play around with modded Redstone, which is very interesting to me to see. And, you know, the create mod, I've always said, is effectively, like, it's definitely a vanilla, it's definitely not a vanilla mod, but it is almost vanilla plus, effectively, if it weren't, you know, for the fact that there's a lot that it does that is very unvanilla of create. Like, create, in my opinion, is very close to vanilla, and ergo I enjoy it for, you know, what it effectively brings to the table, as a mod. And, you know, there was a lot of stuff that would have been on there that would have been really fun to mess around with, and oh my god, did I have some plans. I think people by the end of it would have been laughing at how stupid some of the things were. I was going to build a nuclear reactor, and I mean, like, the Draconic Evolution reactor as a set piece in the base. Not actually for power or anything, just as a set piece for the mini game, basically. And my entire base was going to be this mini game, and just like the entourage that surrounded it as a, you know, effectively just cool stuff that would have just gone around it to make it like break up and add some texture to it. I was going to build a very futuristic city with, you know, the centerpiece being what I was effectively calling this, like, holographic, gigantic holographic computer that would have been awesome, sweet, amazing, and, like, I had designed it all, as well. I was about to start designing level 1, actually, of the thing, but, you know, effectively, it will never see the light because of the fact that we are, well, we're just out of time for it. So, I'm happy with what has been given to me. I'm happy that I got to mess with the mods that I did while I did. I'm happy that, unironically, a majority of my time spent on that server was quite literally me digging a hole. As dumb as it sounds. And I'm just glad that I got to spend the time I did. I would love to maybe in the future revisit it as a project, but yeah, most likely it's something that's going to hold as just something that I remember. Inevitably, as said, I may come back and just, finish it off in my own free time, and then be like he who want to quickly create, copy, and paste it into the world real quick for me, and then, we'll have some fun with it. But yeah, no. I think it's for the better that we continue playing my normal Minecraft world and just enjoy what time could have been, effectively. It would have been a very interesting series, especially because there would have had to be a lot of stuff that I probably would have needed to edit. I'm not kidding, that series would have been a mess, to put it simply, for me, editing wise. I'm not kidding. I think I would have had probably a teeny bit of an aneurysm by the time I was done with some of the episodes. The thing is like, so part of you don't realize whenever I record almost a month in advance to stuff, which, by the way, freaking thanks Minecraft for laughing at me and releasing a storage update in my world that needs storage. I'm not mad. No, I love that copper golems are coming to the game, and I'm gonna be honest, they're going to be probably, there's something I really would love to be able to get to use more of that I'm going to, and yeah, no, I look forward to getting to use them once they are really like in the game. I think a snapshot has released that has them now, but as we know, snapshots break things in the world. As is, there's a lot of data pack stuff that we have that is broken in the world anyways, so I still am in the boat of not really wanting to do too much data pack nonsense right now, but just kind of holding true that inevitably I would love to, reset the data packs and make sure that I get to use it again. Oh, man. There is so much that I really just want to talk about with all of the stuff. Like, there is a reason Minecraft is probably my favorite game of all time, other than, like, two other games that are more of my favorite simply because of what they have done for me, and what they have brought me to. And those two games are very obvious. Like, if you've been around the channel long enough to know, the two games are... Actually, no, you don't know one of the games. I forgot. I don't know if I've actually ever talked about my favorite games on the channel before. I feel like I have, but I'm also like, wait, have I? Have I not talked about my favorite video games on the channel before? Have I never thought that this was a thing that I should talk about? Wow. I love randomly realizing that I've been very, not friendly about this, and just been like, oh yeah, everybody knows my favorite games, Oh my god. Proceeds to not mention them, by the way, in this episode. Now, my favorite games of all time are actually Minecraft, obviously, is I would like to say Minecraft is number 2. And then for joint first, other than MDOT, because MDOT is my 1000% most favorite game of all time. Just because it's the one that I've made. No, my favorite game of all time, other than those, is as I crash and my brain explodes. My favorite games other than those are Final Fantasy 13, which everybody just had a collective, wait, what the frick? If you know that game. Because, yes, Final Fantasy 13 of all the games is the game that I say is my true favorite game of all time. And for those of you who call it a melodrama and not a good video game, I implore you to go watch the thousands of video essays that exist that are over like 3 to 4 hours long. And also, I implore you to go play it yourself. I have realized that in my attempts to gather items, I forgot that I needed hoppers. My joint first place game with that is Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Just because that is the game that actually fully is the real, like, inspiration behind MDOT and effectively, you know, has carried a lot of design decisions. And I mean, I hate to say it, if it weren't for the fact that I am going through and anti-copywriting some things, there are some stuff that is, like, straight up originally, like, the idea was yoinked straight from there, but I am anti-copywriting it so that there is no worries or anything. Like, I'm not going to be using any of the same namesakes, not going to be using any of the same setups. Everything that is set up in there is going to be different enough in a way that the wording is different and everything, you know, still makes sense, but isn't going to be a copyright problem because, haha, having Nintendo on my back is never something that we want in the world. And, you know, I can say that right now because I know that I'm a small enough person that nobody will ever watch, will never hear me say that type of stuff to the interwebs. I mean, plenty of people do listen to me ramble and rant on these videos for extended periods of time, but I specifically mean in the way that, like, is going to ever remotely cause any issues of saying, oh, I was just inspired by it, because you can't be copyright struck for inspiration. You're allowed to be inspired by stuff, and I've already stated that I know what is allowed and what isn't allowed, and I know how to methodically change the system that is being used from what I would like it to be, basically. Also, wait a minute. I forgot I just set myself up to grab a stack's worth of hoppers and what the frick? I set up to make a stack worth of hoppers. I'm like, where is my stack of that? Hopper. Yoink. Yoink. There we go. That should be plenty for me to continue yapping. But, no, while I was, you know, working on, or while I've been working on MDOT and stuff, like, I've really gone back to those games a lot, and in fact, I've recently been replaying, Final Fantasy 13 for the, like, first time in, I want to say almost, maybe, God, I almost want to say it's probably been about, like, 8 or 7 years. And it still holds up to me as my favorite game of all time. Like, the other thing is, and here's the thing, I know that it's effectively a nostalgia glasses type moment for me to say that Final Fantasy 13 is my favorite game of all time. And the main reason is because Final Fantasy 13 is, like, one of the first games I ever played, which, by the way, holy cow, friggin' 12 to 14-year-old me getting to play that as his first video game, effectively, or one of his first video games. Yeah, no, that game has a lot of dark themes in it, and that game has a lot of pieces to it that I relatably am like, dude, I'm surprised I was allowed to play this when I was that age. Because, yeah, no, literally one of the greatest moments in that game is quite literally the moral quandary that is nearly answered by, death. So yeah, no, trust me, I do sincerely, I do know that saying that game is one of my favorite games of all time is definitely a bit of a shocker for everybody involved, and one that most definitely just made everybody's heads turn, especially because, for those who do know that game, know it is by far the black sheep of the genre. It's been called a hallway walking sim 700 times to Sunday, but no, it's a good game. It is very in tune with its themes, and it is very much one of my deepest inspirations of things. Trust me, I do think its gameplay does need work. Do not get me wrong, but I do enjoy its gameplay as well. And I think that there's plenty... Wow. I just went through an entire stack of hoppers like that. Wow, okay. No, I do definitely think that there are plenty of parts of that game that do need work. It's no jokes, that game has plenty of things that I think are genuinely probably not the best about it. I don't care. It's still one of my favorite games of all time. Or it still is, yeah, well, it's tied second for favorite game of all time from me. It is crazy that at the end of the day, like, there's only a few games that I ever will probably give the 12 out of 10 to. The rare and elusive 12 out of 10, by the way. This thing that Dat Boy occasionally talks about because, he likes one-upping his, scaling system, which is a legitimate scientific thing about, like, that everybody's always in for one-ups of systems, basically, that exist within ranking systems. It's why, the whole statement of crank it up to 11, or, like, oh, do this, like, yada, yada, yada. There's a million things that everybody, effectively brings up that is just meant to be that type of thing, that is just overscaling your, as my brain farts, overscaling your ranking system. But, no, yeah. Final Fantasy 13 and Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, by far two of my favorite games of all time. Very much inspirations. Redstone. Torch. Yeah, I think we need, like, that many. Yeah, sure, let's just, screw it, let's just make all of them. I can go get some more sticks in a second if I really need to. And in all honesty, it's fine. We need some comparators anyways. Yeah, no. Whoop-de-doo. But no, like, alongside all of that, like, replaying those games and, getting into some of these series that were going to quite literally be me, just hanging out, having fun with friends, basically, have, like, kind of rekindled a certain, like, aspect of some stuff, on the channel, for me, where I just have been kind of enjoying a lot of the more, like, little things that I'm doing with everything. I mean, here's the thing, I know I'm not perfect with stuff. Like, it does not take, a rocket scientist to tell me that I am not the world's best video editor, or not, like, this overly, wonderful game designer or whatnot. Like, I try my hardest at every little thing I do, and I'm working a lot recently to just make good things, especially with, MDOT's first major update that I'm doing, which, effectively, here's the thing, until I can get that thing as a digital form, it's just part of the base game. Let's be honest here. Nobody is overly into the possibility of getting MDOT just yet, as much as I would like them to be. Because I would love more people in the world to want to play MDOT. That thing is my baby. I love it as much as, I love it as much as if it were my own child, basically. There was a reason I came down here. It was for pistons. I wanted to grab my pistons. Where are those? Do I have them? Did I bring them? Where are my pistons? Oh, like, wait a minute. I swear I had some pistons sitting somewhere. Did I really, like, forget my pistons and stuff? Wow. That's sad. Okay, let's get the rest of the I mean, I need sticks as well. I mean, I have sticks. I forget I have sticks. Yeah, let's just make that many sticks. We don't need too many. I mean, I will want some more in a minute. Alrighty, let's see here. I do need to get me a target block, inevitably, relatively soon. Let's get me a stack of note blocks. I said a stack of them. I forget that they're effectively a chest. Yeah, we only need like this many anyways. So, you know, fair enough. And I forget we don't want to go this way, we want to go this way. But yeah, no. Like, I've been working really hard on a lot of the more, like, enjoyment of some of the little things that I'm doing, especially when it comes to my own game design. Ow. Get out of here. And get out of here, because I do not care about those. But no, like, I've been focusing a lot on tiny little itty bits of game design that I'm working on, you know, just effectively trying to make sure that everything I do and all my projects effectively become something that I, you know, really enjoy the final results of, for everyone involved, basically. Especially because, like, I've got friends that are actively working really hard to, you know, effectively join in making these dreams, like, something that are going to happen. Like, I really appreciate all of my friends that, you know, join me on all this stuff and, you know, are effectively a part of the stuff that I'm doing, in that sense. So, really, in all honesty, like, you know, MDOT would not be where it is if I did not have my friends helping me. That's just a fact. Like, it's just simple, well-known knowledge that it is. I get what I get to do because I have my friends working with me, and they're awesome, and I adore that I get to talk to my friends about MDOT and, you know, get to just kind of interact with them this way, effectively. Oh my gosh, I made way too many torches. I need a lot of repeaters is what I need. If I go down here, we go here, and then I build up over here. I mean, here's the thing, this is where a lot of stuff gets to go in anyways. Put repeaters against all of those as best as I can. And yeah. Alrighty. I need some more comparators, because we're going to need to do... Thank you, Random Hopper, for just appearing out of nowhere. Let's see what else I can do with you guys. Right, up pistons, go there. This is something... Ah! No, give me. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, no. Pop. And then, yeah. gonna go into right here. And let's just yoink all of this open just because we can. And because I don't really need to. Oh my god. I forgot how many of those were there. Jesus. I know the sorter isn't already sorting because I know I don't have these already hooked up, but wow. Those are going to be loaded and we're going to need to prepare to send these home, basically. Because, yeah, wow. Alrighty, that goes there, this goes here, this goes here. I mean, hey, at least in good news, I am going to be mostly done with everything that we need here. Really, the only thing that I'm missing is I do need to convert this floor from slabs into a full block, which is fine, you know. That's something I am fine with. Let's see here. Do need to also make sure that I can get out of here. And bloop. Ow. There we go. Alrighty. But no, like, I've just been enjoying a lot of stuff recently and just trying to be happy with a lot of the things I get to do. You know, having a series kind of fail on you or whatnot, you know, definitely makes me sad. But still, I am happy that I got to have as much as I did, you know, going on with that series and nearly make it, you know, into something that would have been like a really big part of, you know, some of the cool things that I've gotten to do on this channel. You know, Dungeons of Thrall, one of the cool things. It's kind of sad that, to me, that series is effectively on a permanent hiatus, just because I made too big of a game, basically, is the best way to put it. We all know that, those in the know that I made way too big of a game that is way too crazy for a torture game, and effectively is too much. And that is its only issue, was that it is too much for what it does. But like, I'm still happy with, you know, everything. And I mean, look, like, I love that I get to, when I'm at college, you know, sit and play MDOT for you guys. I don't really care too much whether or not they're the most popular of episodes on the channel. I mean, I still enjoy what I get out of things, and I still enjoy getting to, you know, just have any amount of following with you guys, because, yeah, it is truly a wonderful thing to have people who support the things that you're doing in life. And I've learned that a lot recently. Just what was Sea of Stars ending, if you haven't watched, again, go watch that. I need the slabs. I forgot I need slabs. I'm like, wait a minute, I need my slabs. But no, what with, like, how Sea of Stars, finale episode went, for me, like, I very much have, you know, I definitely got given the whole, like, you know, people support you no matter what type talk from that, and, you know, like, there's always friends when you need them, and I adore that I get what I get from life. That's what truly makes me happy, is that I get friends, and I get to have a wonderful, happy life where I get to do stuff like this. I mean, sure, I'm not popular. Who cares, though? I've never been one of those big number YouTubers. I enjoy the concept of it. It is, don't get me wrong, it is a concept that exists within my mind that I would love to one day be able to support the concept of me, you know, doing YouTube as more than just a hobby. Do not get me wrong. The thought process has entered my head more than enough times. Actually, I do need this open, because I need to be able to place these. And then I need to be able to place these. But no, I mean, it's all part of the way of the world. Like, so what? I get what I get out of it, and it's great that I get to. Yeah, I haven't put the hoppers in here yet because we haven't had the opportunity to yet. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. And these that we're all aware, by the way, just are a reset line. Or not a reset line, this is all just for the flush line, effectively. God, this is... I forgot how dense I made this redstone, actually. Like, genuinely, surprisingly, very dense Dat Boy redstone. I mean, hey, you know, I've had to learn how to densify my redstone recently. Let's see here. Okay, so you need dust. This is probably going to be where I put the reset, or this is probably the direction I'm going to put this line going in, by the way, is from this way going over, where... is all of that. Alrighty, and bop, pop, pop, pop. Perfect. That looks great. And I can also clear out just a few more blocks over here to set me up with a nice little walkway, basically. And yeah, that works great. Break that there. Break this here. Put that there. That works wonderfully. And you can kind of start to see the vision that I'm having here. We definitely do not have enough pistons. I can say that. Nor do I have enough sand. I can definitely say that for you. But we do have a good start. And that's all I really care about, is a nice, good start. Also, yes, I'm totally going to use sticky pistonless sticky pistons for a long period of time within this world. Basically as long as I can. You know, or until I get real sticky pistons, in which case, yeah, then we'll have the shift. I need my... Oh my god, wow. I have locked myself in here. I am absolutely locked in until I just break my way out like that. But yeah, no. I am a happy man. Getting to play in this Minecraft world, enjoying stuff, doing things, wishing that this was a new series, but still, you know, accepting that, oh well, it's whatever. Where is my sand? Did I really not bring sand with me? Like, what the frick? I remembered the observers. Speaking of which, observe. Yeah. Observe. We're gonna need a lot of those. Yeah, let's go grab me some sand real quick. I've gotta have some amount lying around, just, you know, in places. I forgot that I've emptied a lot of these chests in search of other projects, you know, in search of other things going on. Sand, there it is. I did set that up to be effectively a dump chest for this project. I just didn't remember it in the last episode being said dump chest effectively. Down we go. Who cares if I take a little bit of damage here and there? It's fine. Alrighty, so now I don't like, by the way, that we're kind of setting these ones up to immediately fire. We won't, but it is funny to me. I'm like, wait a minute. I need to set the catch line really soon, or else we're just gonna have despawning things here. And let's see here. We kind of want these ones to all go this way, basically. And hook. And we go like this. Just as far as I can take it. Of course, I can't take it there. If I stand here and here, there we go. That'll do it. And then these all get a nice and wonderful, lovely addition of another observer going into them, making a million tiny little clocks, basically. Oh, jeez. Okay. That... I forgot that we were kind of in the river here. Look, I will admit that is my bad. Oopsies. Dear God, I need light. Yeah, I'm like, you know, it's kind of weird that I have this, you know, cobblestone in the wall. You mean the cobblestone that you place specifically to not have issues with? You know, the things that are kind of meant to be, you know, there to assist you. You know, the type of stuff that you really wish that you were able to design more of within this world. You know, that type of thing. Alrighty, those observers are gonna observe, as they will. The conscious observer proceeds to observe. And this bad boy right here needs to do that. So now what should be happening is no new ones of those are going in. This area is effectively done now, by the way. Like, the only spot we're missing is the water, which, you know what, I mean, we're missing also some more pistons, so I'm not gonna do the water just yet. But effectively, we all know the water is the only thing we're really missing from this being done, per se. And I am also going to go put some more torches in here, since we're running a very low light environment. But yeah, so effectively the way that this works is as we fill some stuff up, most of the items that can have overflow go into these if they overflow hard enough, and that basically just means they start really filling into that top back chest. And then, what this system does right here is, this is a flush system that we can pull lever for, which will unlock the hoppers that go right here, basically. and then allow items to go in. As you can see, you know, items are good and stuck now. It really looks like part of it is we also ran out of items to go in. So, you know, see, like, this item right here sits. Like, no items from that will go in. They will all just sit right here, basically. But the benefit is all of these items that are overflow items go into these composters, which then go and make effectively a wonderful little system for us that works as our overflow to handle things such as you know, as my brain crashes, that give us more bone meal, basically. Now, of course, this one is one that I do need to do something a little bit special to, and I did forget to do it initially. We need to put a crafter here, and then we need to also put some observers here. Look, I would love to be smart with the way that I'm doing this, as something other than just a clock. But, I mean, we could... No, that'll never be a pulse is the problem. We would need it to be a pulse, and that is innately not a thing that we can do with what we're after here. I could always do a funny... I could do a funny... Yeah. You know what? I did just realize the solution. The solution is jank. But it is jank in the good way. We put a piston here, and then I put 2 more observers clocking right here. Just to make sure that these allow passages, you know. Should not be bud powered or anything like that. Yeah, that looks normal hopper speed. Seeing that. So yeah, no problems. No fear. And then what we do is I put some sand there, and that will effectively work as the same thing as what we're doing. The problem then becomes, you know, how do I get the redstone to go from here to there? Well, it's quite simple. I believe just need... Yeah, so this just needs to run... We need to run extra power down somehow. Let's see here. I can break this open a little bit. So, part of me is also just wishing, like... Like, I do wish that that just worked, but I know it doesn't. So that goes there. Do I really have to just, like, reconstruct some stuff in here and see some things? Oh, the other thing is the clock can't interact with this either, which is another thing that does need to be well known. Yeah, I am just gonna have to extend this a little bit, which is fine, you know. We do this. I put that there. This runs into here. Doesn't interact with that. This does this, and then I put a piston with some sand on this, and that that does everything that it needs to, and then I just put a crafter in its spot to handle the rest of that stuff. I know there's a crafter sitting around here because I literally broke one. Like, I literally broke one as part of this. Like, come on. Where's the crafter? Where's the crafter? Where'd you go? Oh, crafter, my beloved. What happened to thou? Did I throw you into the chest of chesting over here? Are you over here? You're not over here. That makes me sad. Did I not remove you? Like, I swear I removed you, at least in the sense that you don't exist. Oh my god, I never removed you. Wow. Like, this is all bad redstone anyways that we're going to be removing. Like, so this wall's actually going to stay, as is. This whole wall of stuff here, we don't need. The problem is with the way we're doing stuff, all the excess items get to loop through and then into that. And that'll be the way we do it. Just to make things easy, because I don't really want to have to reconstruct everything, but yeah, no. That's effectively how we're going to do it. I do need to see, did I bring any iron with me to make a new piston? No. I'll just yoink one. Well, no, I won't just yoink one. I'll go make some. I guess I'll go make some. I do need some cobblestone. Oh my god, let me in! You need some cobblestone. I can make it right here. I don't even need to go. Well, I need the iron. That's why I need to go back to my base. Hi. Hello. I'm totally not eating one of your relatives. I don't know how to say that. Because they're not related. This one. We'll use this one. I still need to break a hole in the bedrock. That'll be an episode in and of itself. Is breaking a hole in the bedrock so that I can, you know, go back to exploring stuff down there. We need iron. I mean, I don't want to grab... Oh, hi, random crafter that I knew existed, but just didn't know existed. I also do need to make another stack of hoppers while I'm here, seeing as we're here. And, you know, today's episode can go a little bit long. I mean, I do not mind. Let's see here. We need a piston. And I would like... I said a piston. Alrighty. And bop. And then, while we're on the topic of it... Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Thank you. Let's get chest going. Shift space. Well, fine then. I said, well, fine then. I said, well, fine then. And bop. There we go. Hoppers. There we go. Perfect. finally. It's totally not enough hoppers, but it's enough for what we've got left of the episode, and for me to get everything, set up. It's fine. It's whatever. We're doing great. Now, I will admit, like, part of me has always been kind of struggling with how edited I want to do these. And the thing is like, look, I've never really been the one for overly editing my episodes of Minecraft. Here's the thing, I enjoy the progress of the game. This is the type of content I sit and watch. I sit and watch people ramble while they play the game and just work on stuff. I love being the guy who just enjoys sitting and chatting with friends while they work on things, and I've always been the person for if not parallel play, at least, like talkative play, basically, where, like watching somebody play and just enjoying them chat, or, just being present in the, existence of something. Like, it's something that I'm happy about with my, current relationships that I have with all of my friends and whatnot, where I can just go and hang out and chill and be with people, and, like, we are as we are, we have fun, we don't need to be innately doing anything too crazy to, get things to work, per se. We just kind of have fun together. Now, I will admit, there is a part of this that I did just realize does need to be different, or else we're going to end up in a situation where things don't work nice, neatly, and cleanly, and it is that needs to be done like that, and then this needs to go around, or else you're going to end up with stuff getting yoinked, and that needs to go there, and that'll be that. There we go. That should effectively work now once I get a repeater in there and plenty of items in that top chest, as stated. And then what'll happen is now we have an official overflow system, which, as this builds, it'll go like, whoa, 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 we've got way too many things in there, get them out. And it will, because that's the way that system works, is it will read, and it will say, okay, we've got way too much stuff, get rid of it, get it out of here. I mean, look, our woods that we're going to be collecting, hopefully the goal is that just keeps going. The other thing is hopefully in setting this system up, like, we get enough new things going in that effectively we don't need to worry too much about everything going on. And we get a lot of stuff that just moves quickly through things. Everything just starts working well together. And hopefully I don't need to make that moss farm that I've talked about. I mean, I will eventually need to. It's just more like, I don't want it to need to be a requirement to run the wood farm, basically. Like, I get it. We use a lot of stuff. And I mean, inevitably the thing is I do have to sit here and I do need to run the bone farm for an extensive period of time. Like, as we can see, I kind of need to sit here overnight one of these nights and just run the bone farm. So that effectively this becomes so full that inevitably everything is just overflow until I decide to flush the system, in which case, like, it'll flush a portion of it, but then keep the other portion of it. And I do need to set up more storage for bone meal because of that as well. So yeah, no, we're going to end today's episode here in the Redstone. Just because we've been busy. We've been yapping for a long period of time. We got a lot done. It does not look like we've done a lot, but we did get a lot done. We set up the auto crafter for bones again. We've set up almost all of the things for each of the filter systems and the overflows. We've basically only got items to set up, and then the ability to transfer this line that I'm standing on up into the farm, and then the line further behind me from being the, final flush system. You know what? Hang on. I did just realize I am forgetting something. Hang on. Hold the phone. I am forgetting something. I need the ability to get up there. Dear God. There we go. Please tell me that didn't just wreck a bunch of redstone or things. I don't think it did. It couldn't have. That's not a layer with redstone on it. The thing that I am missing over here is a certain subset of pistones. There we go. I made like 10 pistons. We only needed like 4. I do need to make these or I will forget. Let's go make some repeaters real quick. Just because, hey look, I started outroing the video and now there's no need to continue the outro because haha lol. You're getting even more, basically, is the best way to put it, actually. Yeah, even more from me. Why have more less when you can have more? More is always more fun than more less, and more less is not ever interesting enough for more. Yeah. I had a long day at work today, and I'm gonna save the whole, story of what was going on there, for the next thing that I'm recording tonight. But yeah, no. Long day at work today. What am I after? I am after repeater. Thank you. Yoink, yoink, yoink. I did just realize something that is a problem with our system, thinking about it. This will never activate, thinking about it. Yeah. This will never, ever activate. I think I actually did just find a way to make it activate, though. Yeah, if I go like this, it does extend the requirements of that by a little bit. But what this does is effectively sets it so that this now pulls that over and then, does that. God, I really, really wish that I could test this. I need to let bones into the system, really, to get a good full test of it. If I need to come back here and restructure this, we will. We do not mind having to come and restructure this. Alrighty, the thing I am missing over here is this, and with that, oops, hang on. The other thing that I'm missing is setting up this, which is our online, so that this can start flushing. And that should be plenty of a good setup for it to effectively allow for whatever we need. And then the only thing that I have left is a whole bunch of stuff on the other side, which is just, what do I have left? I've got that. Tries to point at it, forgets that you guys can't see that screen without it on. So I got all of these in. I got all of these in. I got that in. Do I literally only need the... I only need the item lines for all the hoppers. And the water line Where the water line met. Oh my god, we're basically done. I just need more hoppers. Alrighty, well, you know what? That's a good point to stop for the day then. We will get more hoppers in the next episode, and things will be wonderfully awesome and fun, and I am happy with everything. I do, by the way, have a very wonderful use for this. It's going to be stupid. We're totally going to run. We're going to reuse. No, actually, this is in a bad spot for it. We'll figure it out. I would like to reuse that, but I don't know if we're going to be able to. Anyways, thank you all again for watching. Sorry about the extended, everything like that, and the whole rant about, sad, no new series, would like to, yippee. But hey, that's part of what you're here for, is to enjoy me rant about things. So I don't even know why I'm apologizing about anything. I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes I rant, and sometimes I worry that I'm saying just weird stuff that nobody cares about, and then other times I rant, and I'm like, yeah, who cares? That's what you're here for. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye. Woo!